It's a very particular window into the minds of men. There were several instances of like women who would report someone being a shitty dude who mistreated her in some way.
Oh, okay.
And I would always side with the woman.
Oh, so you were like the secret
Always?
spy and I
Like-
love that. You were the secret
like-
woman and the spy.
Yeah, like literally.
Standing up for the sorority. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, Nazis are pretty f***ing gay. It's the Gender Podcast. Where we believe in science. We don't believe in God. Only science. Science will solve all the problems. That's the trans agenda.
Trans people in science gonna save the day.
Solve the problems with us. With science. Science, bitch.
It's in my trans agenda, I'm gonna turn you trans.
It's so hot outside. Milk was a bad choice. I'm in a glass case of emotions.
I was born in darkness.
Chloe's feeling very emo today, if you can't tell.
Death.
And so is Henry the hysterectomy horse as a result. Hi. And welcome.
Hello. Welcome to the Gender Yap Podcast.
Gender Yeah Podcast.
I am Chloe.
And I am Laura. We're not yappers today.
It's yet to be determined.
Today we're going to be talking about what it was like for Chloe to be in a fraternity as a trans woman.
It's certainly an interesting experience, I would say.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
So, before we get started, like and subscribe.
Oh, you should probably do that. That'd be pretty cool.
Leave a comment, hit that bell.
Do those things. You should also follow our Patreon.
Check out our Patreon.
We have lots of bloopers and deleted scenes from
Yes.
previous episodes.
We play Magic the Gathering. We have random conversations about various topics.
We do those things.
We do get ready with me's and we
Get-
tell random stories about our lives.
Do we get ready
We get ready
for you
just for you.
or with you?
Or
Some
with
people
you.
are actually getting ready while they play those episodes.
Yeah.
I learned that today.
Yep.
Send us an email at thegenderyap@gmail.com.
Yes.
That would be cool. We love hearing from people.
Yeah. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Let's.
So, Chloe. How did you join a fraternity?
How did I join a fraternity? Well, I was playing the role of a man at the time, and everyone in my life believed very convincingly that I was, in fact, a man. And she laughs. She just laughs.
I've seen videos from your internet show. I don't think you were very convincing, but that's just me.
They thought there was something else going on.
Yeah.
They didn't, nobody thought it was like, well, you're not a man. It was like, obviously you're just like a shitty man, and not like the most of them. Like most of them are shitty in a very specific way, and you're just like a different cut. You're just like bad at it. It was very confusing.
Yeah.
Cut to exterior, summer 2009. I am a door-to-door book salesman. I promise this was relevant to the story.
I know.
They put us up in these, like, they just had people who like used to work for the company who I think wanted to save a little money or so. I don't know how exactly, but they like reached out to people and were like, hey, we have some new booksellers. Can they like crash in your place? And they just like kind of randomly paired us up with people. And they paired me up with this guy named Steve. And Steve was in a fraternity.
Okay.
All of the rest of us, like booksellers, kind of made fun of him for it. We were like, you're in a fraternity? That's stupid. That's lame. Like, why would you be in a fraternity? And he was like, no, it's not that kind of fraternity. Like, we don't do the fraternity stuff. And I was like, what do you mean you don't
Yeah,
do
like
the fraternity stuff? And he was like, we're just like really low key. We don't like throw ragers. We don't haze. We don't do all the like
at least there was
bullshit.
no hazing. The hazing
That
thing
was
is so weird.
that was a lie.
Oh.
It turns out, spoiler alert for down the road. We're going to take a quick break from the episode to tell you about a sponsor that we really stand by.
Tea Comfy Fits.
Tea Comfy Fits.
The best way to fight capitalism is to destroy the corporations that are screwing us all over.
I mean, I do agree with that.
And the way we do that is supporting smaller businesses, especially if they're owned by queer people.
Especially a queer-owned small business. And Tea Comfy Fits is indeed a queer-owned business with trans people in mind. Truly and genuinely, I wouldn't support telling you all this stuff if I didn't actually stand by it. Like, I love the pants.
Yeah, they look great too.
They look awesome. I got tucking jeans where they have like a tucking thing like built into it. They make my ass look amazing, and the fit is really nice, and they flare out, and they're like long enough. Which it's so hard to find pants that are long enough as a trans person who is tall.
Yeah, I'm a cis tall girl. I want them to make clothing for cis girls too, so I can get those because my pants are always capris. Look at these bitches. These are pants. They're capris.
Yeah, my pants are also always capris.
Yeah, but they look amazing. I got a boxer set and a bra. The bra has like binding technology, so it like flattens your chest for you. So if you're like a trans mask or a trans guy, or it's like if you're just a cis woman that doesn't give a shit if you got boobs or not, you could also buy them. But yeah, they're very comfortable, and the pants look amazing.
Yeah.
They make gender-affirming outfits.
I stand by them. And we have a promo code. If you type in the Gender Yap
dash BOGO. We'll put it up on the screen.
the Gender Yap dash BOGO. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a buy one, get one. Is it buy one, get one free?
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
Yep.
So it's basically you can get two things for the price of one thing.
Yeah.
Or just assume, you're getting two things that are both half off, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Get yourself some trans-affirming, trans-made clothes from Tea Comfy Fits.
Also, if you're somebody who is still kind of closeted where you're living and it's not super safe, their packaging is very discreet as well.
Oh, yeah, you'd never know what's in there.
Yeah. And now back to our show.
And now back to the show. But he talked a lot about this fraternity, and he talked it up, and he was like, no, I promise, like, when we get back to school, because we all came from the same college, he was like, when we get back to school, you all should come to our, like, first little party thing. And so we were all invited to go to this party. This fraternity in particular was very small. Unbeknownst to me, they were, like, taking down our info when we showed up at this party of, like, every person, every man, quote unquote man.
It's like Scientology or something.
Potentially join. It's sometime within the first month they have like Rush Week where people go around and like visit all the fraternities and sororities and try to figure out like which one they like and then which ones are gonna give them bids and whatever. It's you're literally just like auctioning yourself off to like all these places and they have to like deem you worthy, and it's a wild process, but that I did not participate in because I had no interest in being in a fraternity. This was my sophomore year of college. My roommate was this guy who I had known from freshman year, who was just like in my hall. His nickname was the Neldar.
Okay.
Which is
what is a Neldar?
Apparently it was like an evil alien species from some video game or some, I don't know. They were called the Eldar, and his last name was similar-ish to that. And so my roommate freshman year, like, just started calling him that. It just stuck.
Became
Just became his name. He was the Neldar.
The Neldar.
The Neldar. That was
yeah.
It was the only correct way to say it. And it's our sophomore year of school. We haven't really gone out a lot. Like, I had brought him to the party the first week, and then like I wasn't getting invited to parties. Like, everybody thought I was weird. I was like a closeted trans girl who didn't know that, who was like trying to fit in, and I was like still heartbroken over my high school girlfriend who, whatever. I was like a mess. And
How else do you join a frat?
Exactly.
You gotta be a mess if you do that.
Correct. And so there was one weekend that the fraternity had invited us both to come back to a party, and I was like, I don't want to go to that. Like, and he was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go. And I was like, great, have fun. I'll be here. He went to it and he came back and he was like, they like gave me a bid. And I was like, what does that mean? And he was like, it means they asked me to join the frat. And I was like, oh, are you going to? And he was like, I guess. I'm not doing anything else. Like,
I feel like that's how people join those things. They're either doing nothing with their life really in college and they're like, fuck it, I guess so. Or they're really weird and it's like their dream. I've met some of those people and I'm like, ooh.
those people are terrifying.
Those people are horrifying.
Yes.
Yeah.
None of those people were in this fraternity.
Okay, so at least it wasn't
This was
that bad.
basically entirely a fraternity of people who were like, yeah, fuck it. Like, you know, a lot of them were closeted in some respect or another. Everyone was pretty nerdy, albeit in different ways. So he started going to like chapter meetings on the weekends. Every Sunday they would meet up and have a chapter meeting. Those were wild as well. I guess they were talking about like desperately needing to recruit more people. They were just like, do we know anybody we can bid? Like anybody who's even vaguely met us before? The Neldar was like, well, my roommate. And so like there was one Sunday, like, I don't know, maybe a month and a half, 2 months into the school year, he had gone to the chapter meeting, and when he came back, he had brought like 3 other guys with him. And I was like sitting at my desk, like writing or doing homework or something. They were like, hey, we have something to ask you. And I was like, what? They gave me this little envelope that was all sealed fancy, and they were like, this is a bid.
Oh, so you got like roped into it.
If I hadn't been a door-to-door book salesperson,
None of this would have happened.
if I hadn't invited my roommate to go to that party, if my roommate hadn't been someone who didn't have anything else going on, like if these sequence of events had not happened, I never would have been bid. I never would have approached or spoken to any of these people, and I wouldn't have ended up in a frat. But like, I received this bid, and I was like, well, I don't want to like hurt their feelings.
God damn it.
They chose me specifically. They asked me. I was looking at it, and it was like a printed out, freshly printed, my name like handwritten on it. And I was like, yeah, all right. Next thing I knew, I was like going to chapter meetings and like,
what happens in the like what do they do in those?
so a chapter meeting, it's like, it's sort of going over a list of stuff that is going on that week. There's always a little bit of the time that's devoted to like planning some future party or some future like some event where they want to like coordinate with a sorority. And there was like some kind of rules about like every fraternity and every sorority had to do like a certain amount of like community service, or they weren't allowed to continue to have their like charter or whatever. There was always like the dumb bookkeeping stuff of like, well, we got it, you know, so and so hasn't paid their dues, so someone's got to track them down and make sure they pay their dues.
Oh, and it cost money to be in these things?
It did indeed cost money to be in it.
You couldn't pay me money to be in these.
It did indeed cost money to be in the fraternity. And then we did this other super fun thing where we would nominate a bro of the week and a brah of the week.
Oh, God.
And a bro of the week is somebody who did something really nice for somebody either in the fraternity or outside of the fraternity. They did something, they went above and beyond, and they like represented our core values or whatever. It's like, honestly, the whole thing is like prep for like the business world. There's so much just like terminology. You know how like corporate jobs, they all have like dumb lingo, and they all have like very specific weird
brainwashing phrases.
Yeah, and like the whole thing kind of felt like
a pyramid scheme
like,
almost.
It was like brainwashing to be ready to be in the corporate world.
That checks out.
You know, it was a lot of the same type of stuff. But yeah, so there was a bro of the week who went above and beyond and deserved to be recognized, and the brah of the week was somebody who like did something shitty. Did something like really embarrassing, like made us look bad.
It's the most white people shit ever.
Yeah. So we would say like bro of the week, and then everyone would raise their hands if they had a nomination. They'd put up everyone who was nominated on the board, and then we would take a vote as to who won the bro of the week and the bra of the week. And then during like rush periods, we would be having conversations. Is there anybody we want to bring up to talk about like potentially giving them a bid? Is there anyone who's been hanging around that we like?
Just recruit more people for
Basically, yeah, basically just recruitment. It's a very particular window into the minds of men when you're listening to the bro and bra nominations. When you listen to who was nominated and why they were nominated, the bra of the week nominations could be horrifying, truly horrifying. And the bro of the week nominations were like so minuscule. Like,
Yeah.
the going above and beyond was like, yeah, he like helped me do my homework, or like
Yeah.
the dumbest shit. I didn't think it was super weird at the time because I guess our fraternity, I don't know how long prior, had been shut down and kicked off campus because they through some crazy. I didn't really get details on it. I'm assuming there was some fucked up stuff that happened. You know, they don't just like kick a fraternity off campus for no reason.
Yeah.
You know, whether it was like drugging people or worse or whatever, like who knows? But
Yeah.
like college people, it was Ohio, like frat guy's gonna frat guy. That's not to say let boys be boys, because I think it's horrible, but also like that was the culture. It's like 2008, you know? So like I didn't think it was super weird at the time, but looking back on it, it was incredibly weird because almost every week we would have this like 40-something-year-old guy like attend our chapter meetings because he used to be in the fraternity. He was like a founding member of the old version of the fraternity, like back in the day. Looking back at it now, I'm like, oh, that dude just like never got a life. His glory days in college in the fraternity.
Peaked in college kind of
It's
a
like
thing.
literally what he lives for. So now he's like devoted his life to like
To coming back to those meetings, like he's still in that.
coming to the meetings.
Yeah.
And like ostensibly he was there to like make sure that we didn't get kicked off again. He was there to like make sure we were following the rules and make sure that we like checked all the box. I don't
like
really
20
know.
years after he's been out of it.
Yeah. He always had like kind of weird energy, and I was like, whatever, you know. When you're in college, you don't think it's that weird to like still be thinking fondly of college later in your life. Because you're
Yeah.
like, I'm having a great time.
But after you've been away from
once
college for
you-
many years,
once
you
you
realize
have-
it's kind of weird if
you're
people
like,
do
oh,
that.
that's actually really sad because there's no way you could pay me a ton of money. I mean, if the price is right, but like you couldn't pay me to just go hang out with a bunch of college kids,
Yeah.
like 18 to 22-year-old kids who are just like,
And he was doing it for free.
he was literally doing it for free. And so he was there a lot. He would like laugh along with the bro and bra nominations. Like he was just like fully just like participating in the fraternity as like an old man.
It's like him being able to still be a college student without being a college student anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. I always thought that was weird.
I always feel like people like that are like maybe running from something within themselves, like not living their life to the fullest. So they just go back to a time where like they think that was when they were the happiest and just can't stop reliving it. And it's kind of sad because it's like, you know,
It's absolutely sad.
like find your people, find your group now, like find things you like to do. But like a lot of them just kind of do what they're told. They get married, have kids, have a shitty corporate job they don't like, and then have no community, and they just kind of like aren't happy, you know?
Yep.
It's the same thing with people that are like obsessed with their high school reunions and are constantly like dwelling on high school, and it's just like you don't have a life outside of that part of your life. Like, you know?
Yeah. You didn't
It's
develop
kind
into
of
a
sad.
person.
Yeah. Yeah, like you don't know how to make any friends in the real world because you're not actually happy with what you're doing.
Fully agree.
What was the hazing thing like? I'm sorry if I'm asking questions getting you out of order. At that
No,
point,
it's fine. We can kind of bounce around wherever. I have like a bunch of sort of random stories, and I can speak maybe a little bit more specifically about like, because I had no clue I was trans, but like I knew I didn't fit in. So I can speak a little bit to like what that experience was like.
Yeah.
So the hazing, the one thing I will give our fraternity over a lot of the other ones was that our hazing all took place in a single day.
Okay.
Whereas a lot of the other ones, it would be for like weeks leading up to the initiation.
Okay.
There are things about the initiation ritual I feel like I don't want to say on the internet now that we are kind of growing.
Okay.
Just because like they are very serious, and like they make you like pledge super hard that you are never going to reveal
To
these
talk about
secrets,
it.
that you are never going to tell these things. And like I don't care, like I would tell it to you off camera, like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But also a lot of those guys, like, and it's a different guy, but like every couple weeks one of the old guys from the fraternity will like pop up in my stories and like be watching them.
Bitch.
There was a time a couple weeks ago where one guy just like followed me, and I was like, "Oh, hey, I kind of liked that guy. He was like one of the tolerable ones." And so I followed him back, and then as soon as I followed him back, he blocked me. So I'm like, "Okay, so they're like checking in."
No, so hear me out. I just have to tell a quick story related to this. Because I used to make music, right? And somebody I used to book sessions with was a friend of mine who was an active gang member, and he was a rapper. So we would split studio sessions.
Yeah.
And the kid that made his beats was an ex-frat boy, right? And he was telling a few stories, and I was like, I feel like this is basically like a gang, right? And he was like, yeah. And then my friend, we're gonna call him Danny just to keep him anonymous, but he was just like, yeah, I'm telling you, he's like, gangs are okay if it's white people doing it. So they started making comparisons, like would tell a story, and then my friend Danny would be like, this is like the gang version of that, like hazing. Yeah, you get jumped into a gang, or you have to like go like rob a fucking store or something to get get into the gang. It's an initiation, right? They started going back and forth, and like there was a gang comparison to everything the frat boy was saying. And then at the end of it, I was like, this is so funny. Like this could be like a YouTube video or like a TikTok video. Like this is actually so funny watching the two of you go back and forth. When I said that, was like, oh no, you can't talk about that shit. And Danny was like, that's what I'm saying, that's gang shit. Like,
Yeah.
but seriously, it really is. And because it's like a bunch of white boys that are like privileged doing it, it's okay. He was selling drugs out of his frat, like hella moving weight out of his frat, like selling hella drugs to college kids and like making the frat money.
I knew some of those guys for sure.
If you get out of it, you can't talk about it. There's a lot of similarities there, but like they're privileged and they have rich dads that'll like bail them out if they like get in trouble doing something. Like it's crazy.
They send me emails like all the time. Like I'm constantly deleting emails from the fraternity, just asking for donations or asking me to come back and visit or asking if I want to like put my info in the newsletter, like where am I now? And I was like, I promise you don't want me to do that. Like every time I get those emails, I'm like, I could do it as a joke.
Yeah, literally.
But like they're not gonna publish the like, this former frat boy is a woman now.
Yeah, they're yeah.
She has a successful podcast. Like they're gonna say some queer phobic shit,
I feel like that's a lot more common than like people think too, because like you're not the only trans girl I know that was also in a fraternity.
I'm sure there's a bunch. Like,
I'm sure.
Guaranteed,
If you
we always get
are
a couple comments.
if you are a trans woman who was in a frat or a trans guy that was in a sorority, leave a comment and tell us about it.
Let us know what the
Yeah.
dealio was for you.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm trying to think of if there's a way I can say the hazing stuff without like really saying that it was purely psychological.
Okay.
I will say that.
There was no like tying somebody up and hanging them upside down naked or anything weird.
I mean, we would do something sort of like that to one person per initiation. And it was whoever was the smallest. Because that was who would fit in the device.
The device. That's the other thing. The ones that are not trans women, I think a lot of them are gay or bisexual, because there's a lot of like, or the one girl I know,
incredibly gay.
the one girl I know who was in a sorority is a lesbian.
Yeah, I mean, if I knew I was a lesbian at the time and would have been accepted in a sorority, that's exactly where I would have wanted, wanted to go.
Like I feel like wanting to hang out with a bunch of people of the same gender as you, like having that desire to do that in an organized thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of gay,
I think a lot more of my fraternity brothers than even know it are gay. I think there was a good amount of that going around. There were a lot of like the type of like best friendship where they're like always together and they're always talking shit about each other's girlfriends, but then like they're never apart. And if they do go on a date with their girlfriend, it's like a double date with each other and the girlfriend. And it's like there were quite a few of those just like pair bonds.
Yeah, where you're like, you guys are almost to the point, but
And they would like join together and then they would like live together off campus. And like there were just so many of those. There's a part of me that even wonders if there was a guy who like sort of had that sort of vibe with me, but it wasn't like reciprocated
Mutual,
in any
yeah.
way. It was purely just like, well, I do like hanging out with you because we have shared interests, but
Yeah.
also like I don't even know if I should say.
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
you don't have to.
people are gonna know shit. I was dating somebody. He talked so much shit about this girl. So much. It just was just like, don't bring her around my house anymore. Like she's too weird because you like her. So like you only like weird people. Like just like all this weird shit. We ended up breaking up and they were like, oh, thank God you broke up. And then we went on summer break. And when I got back to school, he was dating her.
Oh. Oh.
And I was like,
That's kind of gay.
that's what I mean.
What?
And I was like, didn't you like say so much horrible shit about her when I was with her and now all of a sudden you like her? Like what's going on here? Like what happened while I was gone for summer break? Like you know?
Wow.
Yeah. So there's just a lot of weird shit.
Why won't cis men just be, it's okay if you're gay or bisexual. It's okay. It's not okay to hate yourself for it and make it everyone else's problem, you know?
I would agree.
I respect men that know that about themselves. I respect men that are like bisexual, that are like, yeah, I like both. I think that's
Yeah.
great.
I agree. Essentially, there would be like a scenario. It was as though the initiate was being put to the test.
Uh-huh.
There was like a task that needed to be completed, and it was rigged. There was no way to succeed at this test. It was designed for them to fail. And they would fail, and then we would like pretend that the initiation was ruined. We'd like flip on all the lights, and everyone would like take off their costumes, and we'd be like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, you've spent weeks in training. Like, what? Like, why would you do that? Like, and just like really lay it on thick, and then like drag them into a separate room and act like we don't even know if we can really still initiate you. And like, it was this whole
How fucked up, too.
it was this
Especially if
whole
it's one
big
of those
thing.
kids that really wants to be in the thing. There's so much weird, like, psychological, like,
Yeah.
torture that it's like, ugh, it's so awful.
The worst part of it was like, depending on how many people we were initiating, because the test was like one person at a time, and we didn't tell them that like we were fucking with them until everyone had gone through. So whoever went first would just be sitting alone, blindfolded somewhere for like hours after we were like, you fucked up. We're going to decide if we can initiate you still. And then it would be like 4 hours that they'd just be sitting there like stewing in their thoughts. And I like when they initiated me, I was one of the first people, and I almost threw a fucking fit. I was so mad. I wasn't even thinking like I fucked up. I was thinking like, you guys rigged the test. Like, you guys set me up to fail. You didn't tell me shit about this. There was one point where I like started to like take off my blindfold to just like go see if there was somebody I could go talk to, and somebody was like right there, and they just sort of and put my blindfold back on, and I was mad. And then they finally like revealed to us that like that was a part of it. I was like, then what was the fucking point? Like, I was so pissed off.
It's so unhinged.
But also like, because I was unquestionably the best actor in the fraternity, They would always give me the roles in the initiation ritual with the most lines.
Yeah, to make it realistic. Yeah.
What I say about boomers all the time is like, when you have suffered something, you kind of want to see other people suffer it too.
Yeah.
Because you're like, well, I had to. If we just like stop,
Yeah,
if
so
we
it's just-
if we stop doing the hazing thing, like that'd be fucked up. Then I went through it for nothing. So like,
yeah. So
then-
you just keep the cycle of shit going. Yeah.
So like when it came time to like do that part of the ritual, it's the person who did the test and who fucked up, and then it's their big, because there's bigs and littles. Have you heard this part of it? Bigs and littles is like, you're a little when you're not yet initiated, but you're going to be. You're a big if you are assigned to one of the initiates, one of the littles, as like their sort of teacher. Like you're supposed to teach them the code of conduct. You're supposed to teach them the core values of the fraternity. You're supposed to like teach them how chapter works. Like you basically have this little booklet and you're like, I'm supposed to like guide you through this in the ensuing like 12 weeks leading up to initiation. Nobody ever really did it, but we always had bigs and littles. And like, you know, there would always be like a slight, like little bond between the bigs and littles, almost like a weird, you're only 1 year older than me, but you're my dad. But like, you're technically, it's like you're my big bro.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Which was especially funny when it was like somebody younger than you.
Yeah.
Which like happened sometimes. During this part of the ritual, it would be whoever we rigged to fuck up, and then it would be their big, and then it would be one other person. Like the big would like drag them into the side room to be like, you made me look so bad, like you failed me, like I should have taught you better, actually it's on me, I should have taught you better, and like really like lay on the shame game. And then they'd be like, here, let me go talk to somebody, and then they'd leave, and then they'd bring one other person back into the room to just like really lay on thick like how bad it was that they fucked up. And they nearly always chose me to be that person. So I was frequently the one who could genuinely sell, like, this has never happened before. You're the first person to get this wrong. Like,
So I mean, at least you got an acting job out of it.
I did get an acting job out of it. Like, it was a weird situation because, like, I genuinely hated about 80% of the people. And then there were like 10% of the people that I was like, whatever, I could take or leave you. And then there were 10% of them where I was like, you're not
pretty cool.
You're not
You're a
bad.
normal person.
You know, you're a normal. You're
You
a
just
normal
got
guy.
roped into this like me. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Or yeah, I don't even know if I remember how some of those people like ended up joining or whatever. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, there was like a small few people that some
were
of
pretty
some
cool.
of which I hung out with all the time. Some of which I kind of wouldn't really hang out with, but like if I saw them at chapter meetings, I'd be like, yeah, you're all right. Like we had a guy whose nickname was Turtle, who was like, I was like, Turtle's cool.
He's
you know?
turtly enough for the
He's
Turtle Club.
turtly enough for the Turtle Club. You know, like
Yeah.
he just like, he was kind of a stereotypical kind of bro kind of guy.
Sometimes those guys are cool though.
Yeah, but
I definitely know guys like that where I'm
Yeah.
like, you're like, even though you're an annoying stereotype of a
Yeah.
white guy, you're like kind of cool, you know, like
Yeah.
sometimes that happens, you know?
But he wasn't a misogynist, which was like,
Yeah, that's usually why they're cool. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Which was like super rare. He didn't feel like territorial or defensive of any, like he just kind of would like,
He was just chilling.
he just vibed.
Yeah.
you
I
know?
like dudes like
Yeah.
that.
And he honestly looked so much like Vin Diesel. Like
He never turns his back on family, does
truly
he?
the spitting image of Vin Diesel.
Oh, that's so funny.
And he is the guy who convinced me to go see The Fast and the Furious in the movie theater.
Oh, God bless him.
Yeah.
I recently watched The Fast and the Furious with Chloe because
You
I've
didn't
always
watch The Fast and the Furious. You watched Fast 5.
It's the same shit. They're all the same movie, kind of.
The Fast and the Furious is very specifically the first.
Whatever. I watched
the first
Fast 5.
one.
And then we watched a couple more in
We watched-
Spanish. It's so much better
We
in
watched
Spanish.
we watched the 6th one in Spanish.
It's like a novella. You got to do it in
is
Spanish. Put on
like-
the Spanish
It's like a
overdub.
novella. Yeah. I didn't hate everything about it. I obviously don't choose to hang out with the majority of those people anymore. One of them literally always watches my stories. He's like the one. Same name as my dead name.
Oh no.
And he's just always popping up in my stories, watching all my shit. Like,
That dead name is very frat.
yeah, yeah. Unfortunately,
Your dead name is like we're gonna
It's the
make you
boringest-
into the most boring, regular white guy. That's what you're going to be. Like, that's what that name gives.
It's the boringest.
And you were the
whitest
opposite
name.
of
Yeah.
that person. So it's just funny.
And I tried so hard to be that.
Yeah.
To be the boringest, whitest person.
Sounds like a nightmare.
And it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I know it like took you some time to figure out you were trans. Did you have moments where you were like, I think I might not be a dude for some reason? Like, did you have moments like that? I'm sure there were other environments you were in that were very like male, you know, but like I
Yeah.
feel like frats are kind of like the extreme version of that.
It wasn't ever that explicit of a thought,
Okay.
but it was a common feeling
Yeah.
where I would just feel like I'm not like any of you.
Yeah.
You know, like especially
like even the best of them. Yeah.
especially like when everyone was together.
Mm-hmm.
When it was just like male energy and everybody's like performing and trying to look good for all the other
Slapping
guys
each other's
and
butts because the baseball team won or whatever.
yeah, all that kind of shit. Like just some of the conversations, I'd just be like, I don't even want to hear this.
Yeah.
Like, or there would be like there was one specific night where I was the designated fraternity sober driver every weekend for each day. That was one thing we sorted out at chapter, was like everyone would have to sign up for a day to be the sober driver. Like, you're not allowed to get drunk that night. You'd never know if one of your bros is going to be too hammered and need to call you. So like there'd be like a group text every weekend to be like, hey, sober driver Saturday is Damien, sober driver on Sundays, Jeremy, whatever. There was one night where I was the sober driver. One of the guys called me and he was like, I'm so hammered. I need you to come pick me up. I'm at this address. And I showed up to that address. I like texted him and I didn't get a response. And I like went and I knocked on the door and nobody came out. I called him and I heard his phone going off upstairs. And I was like, I hope he might have fucking like blacked out. Like he might like really need me. It seemed like nobody was home. It was like early-ish in the night. I just like kept knocking and I was like, is anybody home? And nobody answered. I tried the door handle and it was open. And I was like, I need to go make sure this guy's alive.
Yeah.
Like, it's like my responsibility. So I go upstairs and I'm hearing at the door that he's having sex. And I was like, okay, well, he's not dying.
Yeah, at least he's alive.
You
and
know?
well, apparently.
And I was
Yeah.
just like, hey, I'm going to like be in my car out front for a little bit if you like need a ride. And didn't respond, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, whatever. And so I go to turn and leave. And one of the other bedroom doors swings open. And this girl who thinks I'm a house invader kicks me down the stairs.
What?
Yeah. Kicks me down the stairs. Like, is following me down the stairs. Like, get the fuck out of my house. What are you doing in here, you fucking pervert? Get out of my fucking house. And just beating me with random shit. And I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm literally leaving. And I go out the front door. And now I'm fucking super pissed off at this guy.
Yeah. I would be too. Jesus Christ.
And I like called him on the phone. I left a very angry voicemail.
Yeah, I would have.
And I nominated him for Brah of the Week, and
Did he get it?
He won that week. Yeah, he was the
Hell yeah.
he was the winner of Brah of the Week that week. But that was just one of the moments where I was like, I would never fucking do that.
Yeah.
Like, how how childish, how pathetic. Like, fuck you and your whole gender, you know, like,
Yeah, I feel that.
you know,
yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
And like, that's how I would feel when, like, especially during the like Brah of the Week nominations.
Yeah.
People would be listing shit that the other guys did.
It was
and
probably
I'd be like,
all horrendous shit.
what? Why would you even think
Yeah.
to do that? So between my sophomore year and my junior year, from Thanksgiving up until the end of the following summer, I went on this like crazy weight loss journey. I went from like 250 pounds to 170 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Most of that was lost over the summer break.
Uh-huh.
And so when I showed back up in the fall, everyone like barely recognized me, didn't even know who I was. And I had also, for the first time in my life, it's going to sound so embarrassing, gone shopping and chosen my own clothes. This is I know that's embarrassing as a 20-year-old.
It's not your fault.
I know. And
That's
my
your
mom,
mom's fault.
She was with me.
Your mom was an insane psycho Nazi about everything and controlling, so yeah.
This is very true. I don't know. She just felt like, hey, I think it's about time you decide for yourself what you wear. So I chose this wardrobe that was unlike anything I had ever worn before. Before that, I looked like the clothes I was wearing, I fit in a frat. And over this summer, when I went to choose my own outfit, I basically just got like an all black, tight fitting,
like
new
fashionable men's clothing.
You know the black boots that I have that I wear out sometimes? I got them then.
Really?
I've had those since I was 20.
Did you get those from the men's section?
Don't remember.
I think you might not have.
I might not.
I assumed you got those after you transitioned, bitch. What?
I've had those since I was in a fraternity in college.
Are you fucking serious?
Those are my oldest item of clothing, by far.
I had no idea. You know what's funny? You know a person that is an egg that I was hooking up with that I don't talk to anymore?
Which one?
Oh, gosh. Fuck. It's not intentional, okay?
Tall one?
No.
Glad I asked. Because I would have assumed that one.
I've known that one since college.
Yes.
And in the last, 5 years, that one started doing more, very femme men's fashion. And we started kind of, having a thing on and off with each other after that because I never found that person attractive until they started dressing more fashionable. And I feel like their confidence also went up a little bit because they were more in touch with their feminine side.
Yeah. There was, one guy who is now super gay who was very complimentary of the new outfit. And then basically everybody else was super mean about it and they hated it.
Why would you take fashion advice from a bunch of frat boys though? You know what I mean?
My little. What?
It's such bad terminology too, because that's also a kink for some people. Yeah.
My little was actually an openly gay boy.
Okay.
And he
Good
was
for him. That's probably the realest person in that fraternity. Yeah.
He was openly gay. He was such a bitch.
God bless him.
Such
I
a
love
just
it.
Judgy
I
bitch
love it.
diva. But also very attached to and attracted to the frat aesthetic.
Of course.
And so he was constantly trying to convince everyone to get those dumb shorts they all wear.
And he was a perv.
And he just always had some kind of fashion advice to make everyone look better.
It probably would have helped them out a lot. They probably would have looked better.
Honestly,
there's a reason women are always complaining about how straight men don't look attractive and gay men do. It's because gay men put in effort.
Yeah.
Straight men are whatever, Stacy will like me even though I'm a fucking blob of a person. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
And then straight women just put up with it. Could never be me, but you know, thank God I'm attracted to women and I have options and standards, so.
Yeah. But he was one of the most opposed to my outfit. He basically what I didn't go to chapter 1 week. I don't know if I was sick or fucking whatever, I was working, I don't know. But I wasn't there and he brought up a motion, I bring up a motion, seconded, and then everyone fucking votes on it to ban me from wearing that outfit to parties because it would make the fraternity look bad.
Or look like they let a woman join, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe.
If you if you were being fashionable and the gay guy didn't like it, it's because you were dressing like a girl. I want to see some of the outfits.
Maybe I'd have to reach out to some people I haven't talked to in 15 years.
You don't have to if it's too much work, but I'm just curious.
Yeah, because I don't have access to those photos anymore. But
what year was all of this happening?
This was 2011.
Oh yeah, people did not know trans people existed back then like that.
No,
yeah, so no one would have been able to be hey,
absolutely not.
Maybe you're not.
So one of the guy that I like hung out with a lot, who later dated my ex that he hated, he told me about the motion failed. Like there were enough people in there who were like, let them do what they want to wear. Like, just let them wear clothes. Like they're happy. You know?
Yeah, literally.
Like
How are all the straight frat guys being more progressive than the one twinkie gay guy in the frat?
no, like there were several people who voted in favor of the motion.
Yeah,
but
enough of them overrode that.
Yeah, it would have required like I think a 60% or more approval, and it like was 50-50.
This is the funniest drama I've ever heard. This would be a funny reality show.
So yeah, so that was like another moment of me like figuring sort of a thing out, but not
Something was
figuring out
off.
a thing, and just knowing something was wrong. There were several instances of like women who would report someone being a shitty dude who mistreated her in some way,
Oh, okay.
and I would always side with the woman.
Oh, so you were like the secret
Always.
spy, and I
Like-
love that. You were the secret
like-
woman and the spy.
Yeah, like literally
Standing up for the sorority. I love
yeah,
that.
it didn't matter who it was, how well we knew her. If she was like, your fraternity brother did this fucked up thing, I was
It was
like,
probably true.
yeah, I was like, I believe you. And then
Yeah.
like everyone else would be like, no, there's no way he would never. And I was like, how do you fucking know?
Yeah.
Like, he's a piece of shit. You nominated him for Brah of the Week last week. Like, what do you mean he's not capable of doing it?
It's
He fucking
because-
drew dicks on your face while you were asleep. He's a shitty person.
Yeah, it's because men only think men are shitty if they're shitty to other men, and specifically themselves. But if a man's shitty to a woman, they identify with that a lot of the time, so they'll ignore it and go no and gaslight them about it. It's like, that's so fucking funny.
Oh, there was one moment where there was a different guy in the fraternity who decided he wanted to start coming out as gay to all of us.
Oh,
And he was like so paranoid that we would like reject him and kick him out of the fraternity.
were they cool with them?
Everyone was chill.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's the thing.
good.
Like we were different from all the other fraternities. Like we were genuinely more accepting of people who were different than,
Yeah.
you know, everyone else on campus. Like
Yeah.
we sort of had the rep as like the nerdy gay frat. They
Yeah.
just assumed all of us were gay, and like probably a lower percentage of us were actually some kind of gay than on most of the fraternities. I think we were just like the chill frat. And like
Yeah.
we weren't that chill because we definitely had our shitty dudes. Like there were a couple dudes that we like unanimously voted out of the fraternity. There was a while like long after I graduated in like 2016 when all the like Trump shit started happening the first time around. I was still in the fraternity Facebook page.
Okay.
Like I was still in the group. Like nobody would ever leave, so it was just like
You're just stuck in that Facebook
a
group.
growing body of like former members, and then just like whoever the current members are. And there was one guy who, when I was a senior, we had initiated him as a freshman.
Okay.
So he was like a senior at this point, and he was making all these pro-Trump posts in the page.
Ugh.
To the rest of the people's credit, they all were like, take this shit somewhere
Yeah.
else. Like, we do not want this shit here.
Well, if they were a bunch of nerds, they're at least smart enough to know that, like, Trump
Yeah.
is shitty. Like, I would hope, you know?
Yeah. And he was freaking out so much that he was going to come out to everybody. And then there was one night where he just got like super drunk and like went up to every person individually and was like,
and came out to them
and-
individually. That's a terrible way to come out of
know,
the closet.
But he like, he truly, like he was doing it sort of in reverse order of who he thought would be accepting to who he thought would be least accepting. And like, as he was like making the
Yeah.
rounds, as he was coming out to more and more and more people, and every single person had the same reaction, which was like, oh, cool, dude.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like no one had anything to say about
That's
it.
how that should be when
other
someone
than
comes
that.
out. Yeah, you would
But
think we'd
because
all...
he had anticipated the reaction
lashback.
being so much more, he started getting pissed off.
Oh, that's fun. Why aren't you getting mad that I'm gay?
He's like, I've been hiding this for so long, and you guys all just would have been cool with it the whole time.
Oh,
Like,
That's I have a friend who came out as a lesbian after high school, and we
Yeah.
all knew. We
Oh,
knew
yeah.
long before this bitch knew. And when she came out to all of us, she was like crying about it, and we were like, yeah, dude, we know. And she was like, what do you mean you knew? How did you know? And we're like, dude, seriously?
here's a list of 20 things in the last week.
Literally. Like, every dude she dated was super hot and she did not care about them at all, would cheat on them and break their hearts. She texted us while, like, in a group chat while she was having sex with a dude to tell us she thinks she might not actually like sex. She might be asexual. We were like,
That's wild. It's a wild thing to happen.
I feel like coming out, like, depending, like, because I come out as bisexual every year to my family, and it's one of the reasons I don't talk to them anymore, you know, like, there's, like, definitely some truth to coming out being difficult, depending on who it is, but, like, if you have friends that are real friends, like, a lot of the time you're, like, thinking they're going to react worse than they actually do.
I've told you this story before on this show, but I think it might have been in the coming out stories,
Okay.
which aren't out yet.
Yeah.
But it might have been in the We Used to Be Transphobic episode.
Okay.
I don't remember. But like, this was also when my like closest group of friends that I had, they loved this comedian named Eddie Izzard. I am blanking on what her name is now. It'll be on screen. For a while, she was being like, you can still call me my old Eddie Izzard, like it's
Yeah.
chill. And then at a certain point she was like, actually, I do want to just fully be known as my new name. I want to go by she, her. But like at the time, she was not identified as a trans woman at all. She was fully presenting male, except that she wasn't, because all of her stand-up specials she would do in a dress and a full face of makeup.
Okay.
But was like, yeah, I'm a man. Like, I'm totally a man. And because I did not know I was trans and did not truly even have an understanding of what that was, like it was still sort of culturally this like ethereal like concept of a thing that people did, but I had never met a trans person that I know of. I had never seen one as far as I knew, other than like shitty fake depictions in media where they just like cast a man and put him in a dress and they're like, oh no, a trans person, which is like not what trans people look like most of the time. And they would watch her specials a lot. They would, half the time I would go over to their place, like she'd be on screen, like talking about Star Wars, because they just liked all her Star Wars jokes.
Yeah.
And I couldn't handle it.
I remember you telling me that.
Like I could, like if I showed up there and that's what they were watching, I would leave.
Damn.
It made me just like so uncomfortable.
What was the like thought process when it would happen? Like, did you have any like conscious thoughts that you were like thinking when it would happen? Like, were you just being judgy of her and just being like, I think this is wrong or whatever? Or like, what like was going on when that would happen?
I don't know that I was paying enough attention to my thoughts and feelings to really answer.
Yeah.
I feel like what was going on, it wasn't judgment of her. There was that initial sort of like knee-jerk thing. You know what they say, like the first thing you think about something is what you've been conditioned to think, and then the next thing you think is what defines you.
Yeah.
So like the first thing I would think would be like, you can't do that. You know?
It's like somebody not following the rules
Yeah,
that have
like,
been
you
placed
can't-
upon you that you're not happy with.
You can't do that. And then like there wouldn't be a next thought. You know, it's like the first thought is your conditioning and the next thought defines you. I never got to the next thought. I would go, you can't do that. And then there was a part of me that knew I was wrong, but I wouldn't allow myself to admit that
And go there.
and like just sit in and enjoy the Star Wars jokes that she was telling,
Yeah.
which, you know, I'm sure they were good. I don't know. I never fucking watched the thing. Like
We should watch her shit
we
sometime.
should
Yeah,
watch her shit.
yeah.
So she was just here in LA like
Oh shit.
the other day. Like, yeah, she played it like I could have walked to it.
Oh, okay.
But like that was one of my first real I have internalized transphobia, basically.
Yeah.
And like not having any idea that that's what it was. But it was truly, and like I bet those people never made the connection that like, well, Chloe leaves every time Eddie Izzard's on screen. But
Yeah.
like, I bet if they heard this, they'd be like, oh yeah.
This makes sense, yeah.
She totally did just dip every time this special was on. Like,
A lot of transphobic men that I've talked to, I've noticed there's almost a like rejecting it like because they don't want people to think that's what they are, if that makes sense.
yeah.
I've had some of those interactions with men before where because they love to bring up trans people and specifically trans women. Like, and it's happened a lot less since Trump has been fucking things up.
Yeah.
Wonder
Yeah.
why that is, because the anti-trans movement is just to distract people from like our government being shitty. But like, I've noticed very transphobic men sometimes the way they'll do it is kind of a like, yeah, they're weird for that, right? It's like they're looking for validation from me or like whoever they're talking to.
Yeah.
To like, you know, validate that like that's not a real thing that you can be almost, you know.
Yeah.
So
And that's like, I wanted to be a fully accepting progressive person. And like, I recognized that was something I should be okay with, but I couldn't be.
but you weren't accepting that about yourself.
I couldn't because like, yeah, because, and that's the thing, like anytime anybody can't accept something in someone else, it's usually because they can't accept it in themselves.
Yeah, in
You
one
know?
way, shape, or form. A lot of the people that really, really hate trans people, it's because they're either attracted to them and they don't want to admit that about themselves, or they're also just trans and they won't admit that about themselves.
I think I want to say that, like, generally speaking, joining a fraternity or like joining the military or doing something like that is something that a lot of trans girls who won't accept it about themselves end up doing, because you keep trying things, you know? Like, I grew up, I'll speak just for myself. I grew up feeling like I didn't fit in anywhere. Like there was no place that would accept me. That any place I tried to fit in, like there was, for one reason or another, like I wasn't really a part of it. I wasn't really allowed to be there. And I just always, no matter which group of people, even if it was people I really clicked with, I just felt like there's something that's different about me than all of you. And I can't put my finger on what that is. And when you feel that way constantly, you just keep trying things to see what if you can change something about yourself to like fit in better. So you kind of become this like amorphous kind of like sort of fits in everywhere but doesn't really fit in anywhere, like
Yeah,
jack of all trades, master of none,
like
kind of a
chameleon
person.
kind of a thing. Yeah.
Especially if you're running away from femininity, which I very much was. You just try to be as masculine as possible. It's like, well, maybe I'm just not being masculine enough. Maybe what I hate about masculinity is that I'm just like half-assing it. Maybe if I like
There's no such thing as
really-
half-assing it. Is you either are or you're not.
Right, but
Yeah.
like when you're a trans person, you don't know that. And you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, well, there's definitely more masculine people than me. What if I tried to emulate them? And you just kind of keep choosing different role models who are often like worse people and more toxic, and you just kind of you slip into this thing where you just are trying so hard to be the thing that you know that you're not, that you completely reform yourself to try to fit in with those people. And that, I think, is ultimately what I was doing in joining and then staying in a fraternity for my entire college.
Yeah. Just performing what you thought the world expected
Yeah.
of you because they stamped man on you
Right.
at birth.
Yeah. Yeah. And there were other extenuating reasons too, because like I didn't even want to be going to college for what I was going to college for. My parents dictated like, this is going to be your major
Yeah.
and we will not pay for it otherwise. And also, if you want to skip college and go straight to LA and try to do that whole thing, like we will cut you off financially forever. So if you want to have any support net, any financial security, you have to go to this college. They gave me like 3 options. They were like, one of these 3 schools, you will choose this major, you will maintain these grades. And my entire existence at college was being in places I did not belong, trying to do things that I did not want to do
To make your parents happy.
to make my parents happy, which is the exact same thing I was doing with gender my whole life.
Yeah.
Which is just like, well, they keep telling me that this is who they want me to be. My dad would, beat it into me literally, like, this is who you're supposed to be. And so I was just still trying, And then when I finally broke out of that and was like, I'm going to do masculinity my own way.
Which was buying women's shoes. I can't believe you got those pre-transition, bitch. That's so fucking funny. I genuinely assumed you went to a store after you transitioned and bought those. I had no fucking idea.
No, I've had those.
The signs were all fucking there. Like,
I'm telling you. Yeah.
And that was your first time buying your own clothing. It's like,
correct.
Imagine a world where we just let kids be who they are.
Yeah.
With no pressure.
Yeah. I didn't even know who I fucking was yet. And I was just like, I don't know, something about those shoes with the heels. Prop me up nice. Make my feet all pointy.
It even has the little gold, like, little thing on it.
The gold thing?
Isn't there, like, a gold, like, buckle or something along those lines somewhere on those shoes?
Is it gold? I thought it was, like, silver.
Oh, yeah, you're colorblind. No, that's definitely gold.
Oh, well, shows what I know. That's what you get for being a color.
Not much about color.
A colorblind ass trans bitch. But yeah, if you are in a fraternity right now and you feel like you might not belong there, I hope maybe you learned something from that. It might not mean you're trans.
Yeah.
You might just be gay or non-binary or fucking who knows.
Or you might just not like that culture, and I feel that.
You might just not vibe with that culture. Because, like, I feel like there's a lot of guys who don't want to be in weird little gang cults. Yeah. So.
I feel like I would blend in a frat way better than you would, and I wouldn't even want to be in a frat.
You would, yeah, fit in better, for sure, than I did.
Yeah.
I just cause a stink all the time.
I believe it, yeah.
The story I was going to tell at the very beginning, this will be the final story.
Okay.
Because I was also always, like, a champion of the underrepresented, you know, like I tried to be.
Okay, Hillary Clinton, a champion for women's rights.
This isn't even a story about women specifically.
Okay.
So also my senior year, we're going over the people that we're going to bid to join the fraternity. Mm-hmm. This is the largest pool we've ever had, and we're trying to whittle it for the first time ever. We're trying to whittle it down. We're like, we can't admit this many people. It's going to be crazy. And so we're discussing like whether or not certain people should get bids. And there was one guy who was like genuinely one of the sweetest boys you'll ever meet. And he was like a giant teddy bear of a person who was also quite overweight.
Okay.
Which was a huge problem for my bitchy gay little. And he was like, do we really want someone?
Oh, he was like a mean gay.
He was a mean,
bitchy
man. Gay. I'm telling you. He's
probably drunk in West Hollywood somewhere right now as we speak.
I honestly don't think he moved out of Ohio.
Oh.
I think
he's probably a nightmare then. That's worse than being in WeHo.
I think he liked Ohio.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. So he very...
All of his judginess is projection then.
Very particular type of person. But he got up and gave this impassioned speech about how this isn't who I want representing the future of this fraternity.
This isn't who I would let taught me. He's not alone in.
Basically. Probably.
Oh, that's funny.
And I got so fucking mad. And I got up and I tore this guy a new asshole in a way that he didn't want. He probably would have been fine with me doing it a different type of way, but not
until you bought those shoes.
But I got up and gave. I truly I was so mad that I blacked out and don't remember everything I said.
Oh yeah, I feel.
It was days later. The guy that I hung out with most frequently was like, "You were so mean."
I've gotten that angry before too, where I black out in a fit of rage and I don't know what I did the next day.
And I was like, "Was I mean? I don't think I was mean." And he was like, "I've never seen you that passionate before, ever." And I was like, "What did I say?" And he was like, "Well, basically, you stood up and you were like, if we're gonna not let somebody in because they're fat, then I don't want to be a part of this anymore, and I am ashamed of you, and you should be ashamed of yourself for being so judgmental.
Like you were his mother.
And if the policy that we don't let fat people in was in effect 2 years ago, y'all never would have bid me in the first place, because that was before I lost 80 pounds over the course of one summer. If you're going to start tossing people out because you believe that they can't change, go fuck yourself, basically. Like, the point of this fraternity should be to help turn people into better versions of themselves. And if you're going to be like, no, this 18-year-old isn't perfect already, then what are you fucking even bothering doing here? I don't remember any of that. But I like sat down and I was like panting, and I was like, oh, I think I probably made my point. And he got a bid. So
Good. I love that.
And then
thank God they had a woman to put the mean gay in his place every once in a while.
I know.
God.
I was the one, because nobody else was gonna say it. They were all just gonna fucking follow
They would
him.
have turned into the bitchiest frat in the world if you weren't there.
I
Like,
know. They probably did after I left, honestly.
probably.
But yeah, and then like, because I was still in the Facebook group a few years later, that guy also had a tremendous weight loss journey, where he was constantly like posting all his like weight loss updates and his workout updates.
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
like over the course of his senior year, I think he dropped like 100 pounds. And I was like, hell yeah, dude.
Cool.
Like, good
Yeah.
for you. And I was like, fuck you, little. Like, I remember just like, I was in LA at that point. I was out here living in a tiny little house in Glendale, just like looking at the Facebook page, being like, I was fucking right.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You know, you gotta give people a chance.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta give people a chance.
Yeah.
And he was such a nice fucking person.
Yeah.
Like, what a stupid reason to not let somebody in who's like probably gonna spend most of his time taking care of your drunk ass. Like,
Seriously, right?
Fucking, don't you want that guy around? Anyway.
I'm a firm believer that I judge people based off of who they are and their character and not their appearance. And usually a person...
You are very much that person.
Yeah, like a person that has a shit attitude and they're a bad person, it doesn't matter what they look like. I can always find something gross about the way they look because it seeps through their body and their personality.
100%.
And people that like might not be conventionally attractive, when they're like a dope person, they become conventionally attractive.
Makes sense.
Vibes are everything.
Agreed.
If you're a trans person that joined a frat or a sorority, tell us about it in the comments.
Yeah, shoot us an email, thegenderyap@gmail.com.
Yes, and thank you for sharing, Chloe.
Oh, yeah. No, it was...
I had a good time listening to this.
I probably have 1,000 more stories I could tell. That's just, off the dome.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm trying to filter it through the trans lens. Yeah, if this was fascinating to you, we could do a sequel eventually if you like really love frat stories.
Yeah, we could do frat stories, make this a whole series.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll see how it does.
Yeah.
If it gets like our lowest views ever, it'll be like, all right, well, cancel the sequel. I don't care if somebody really wants it. We love you.
Yes, we love you. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. Check out our Patreon.
Yes, check out our Patreon.
Email us. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, please.
Leave us a review on your
review.
podcast app, listening app of choice.
We love reviews.
Do all the things. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you next time. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Where we believe in science. We don't believe in God. Only science.